operation, penalties, a lot less of those to start out on the first couple drives. So I think from that standpoint, it was a lot better. Moved the ball well. We were good on third downs, converted some of those third downs, which was good to see. Protection was really good. Obviously, besides the one fumble, that whole sequence was not good. But besides that one play, to be honest, it was a pretty clean day. We moved the ball, stayed on schedule, I guess you could say, and we were pretty efficient.
You mentioned being clean, such an emphasis this week. Good to see that?
Yeah, good to see that. We made a big emphasis on it this week in practice, and it was good to see it carry over. The guys really owned it, and we were a lot sharper, pre-snap. Still more work to be done. That's an everyday, focus and emphasis for us moving forward. But, it was definitely improvement.
What was that week of practice? Well, I mean, it's pretty different, at least from our vantage point that we've seen. How different was it from your vantage point, and how effective, I guess, to deliver the results today?
It was good, just really, we always harp on the details, so I wouldn't say it's new in that way. I think this staff and everyone does a really good job of stressing how important the details are, but really letting that kind of drive practice. If anything was wrong, it was started over. And usually in practice you have those mistakes. Every team, everyone does it, and you kind of correct them after. But one of the days this week we really just started everything over when those things happened. We were looking for all that. The coaches did a good job of slowing it down. So we slowed some of the tempo down as far as post snap, but just really focusing on all the pre-snap stuff because keep doing the same thing and getting the same results. So I thought it was a good job by the staff of changing some stuff up, and I think it helped us this week.
I know it was only 2 series, but did you feel the running game sort of getting going?
Definitely. I thought we really settled in nicely in those 2 drives. It was nice to have a second drive today to kind of after the first drive. Obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to, and we could settle in and run the ball a little better on the second drive. Had some, like I said, some third down conversions, seeing guys make plays in different situations. I think that was fun to be a part of, to actually kind of get in the feel of the game, the flow of the game a little bit. It was a good step for us.
People sort of assume Parker Washington's the 4th receiver, but he plays, and I guess you seem to have a rapport with him right now.
Yeah, I play with Parker now for a few years, and he's, just the way the room is kind of shaken out the last couple of years. He's always been in that position, but he just keeps making plays. So I don't want to put numbers on anybody or what they are or aren't, but he keeps making plays and keeps showing up, and it's gonna be tough to keep that guy off the field the way he's playing. And I've just been impressed by the way he works. This guy is always in great shape, can play all the different positions. I think that's really what you're seeing has helped him so much, is he can move around. And so when something happens, he can play inside, he can play outside. A lot of flexibility with him, and he just keeps growing and getting better and better and smarter and understanding what we're doing conceptually, and he's just really doing a good job right now.
You guys are, I think, July 23rd started, September 7th is where you're getting to, halfway home, I guess. Do you look at milestones at all about where you are at as an offense halfway through? Is it just one big day for you? I mean, how do you judge it and see where it's going?
Yeah, I mean, it's just day by day, really. I mean, that's how camp is you take it one day at a time. You try to make that day the best day as far as just focusing on the details and trying to get better. There's things that we need to correct that show up at different times, and it's just a constant, I guess, pursuit of being perfect. You're never going to get there, but being perfect operationally, pre-snap, knowing your job, your assignment. For me as a quarterback, all my footwork reads, different cans for different plays, all those things, and you can never practice them enough. And so we've gotten some great work in camp, really just taking it one day at a time. We're at that phase now where, joint practice this week with Miami, which will be great to go against a different defense. We've been battling against our defense all at camp, so it'll be nice to see something different and have to adjust and, see how the guys respond to that. And then obviously at the game in Miami, and then we're running. I mean, we got a couple weeks after that to prepare, but then it's go time. So it's getting here quick. I think we've taken some big steps, but this week is important for us because it's not just, we're still kind of in that camp mindset of really attacking the day, trying to get better, still continue to get in shape, getting ready to play week 1.
No penalties for the starters. How important is that?
It was great. It was great. Like I said, the emphasis on it this week I think made a big difference, and guys really took it to heart and took the coaching, and we corrected a lot of that.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you all.